Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. For today, I'm going to show you a really fun card that's very fall inspired. I am stepping outside my comfort zone a little bit and I'm really embracing the fall colors today, which is not something that I do very often. So I'm really proud of myself and very excited to show you guys what I came up with for today. Before we jump into today's video, I did want to talk about just a couple things. So this video is actually part of my monthly blog hop, Stampers by the Dozen. So we had our first hop last month and then this is our second month. So make sure after you watch this video, click on the first link in the description box below, which is the coordinating blog post to this, and then hop on over to the next blog to see what's happening and keep going through the whole circle until you're back to me to see a bunch of amazing products from amazing Stampin' Up! Demonstrators all around the world. Our theme this month was trees and leaves and branches. This very I took it as very fall-esque type of a theme. So this is what I came up with. I hope you enjoy, but like I said, make sure you go and you check out all of the other projects in this hop. I can't talk today. So you can get a bunch of other great ideas as well. Second thing, with me not being able to talk, I am a little sickly, so please excuse if I sniffle a little bit or if my voice sounds crazy, if I happen to sneeze in the middle of it. It's all very possible because I'm a little sick. So I'm sorry, but I wanted to get this video filmed and out so that you guys could see the fun project. And then the other thing is that I posted a video yesterday and that video was supposed to go up that video was supposed to go up Sunday, so like 5 days ago. And I never did. I don't know what happened with my internet and YouTube, but they didn't get along. YouTube and I hated each other this week apparently. So I finally got the video uploaded, but in the video I mentioned my paper share and that I was going to stop the paper share on Wednesday. Well, because I didn't get that video out and I didn't give everyone the opportunity, I'm going to keep my paper share open for a little bit longer. I haven't decided the exact date that I'm going to close it. It'll be sometime next week. So make sure you head over and get in on that if you're interested. It's only $11 plus shipping and handling, which I think it's $3. So it ends up being under $15 to get a sample of every single new piece of Designer Series paper in the holiday catalog. So if you're interested, please head over there and I will get that shipped right out to you. I have supplies ready to go. So as soon as I get an order, I should be able to ship them out. So anyway, on to today's project. So I'm super happy about this one. And like I said, I'm embracing the fall colors. I usually stick to like pinks and purples and pastel-y colors or bright colors. It's very rare that I go and I embrace fall colors. Not that I have anything against them. It's not usually what I'm drawn towards. So I tried to step outside of my comfort zone for today and give you guys something a little different that I don't normally do. So it's a very simple card, but I really wanted the emphasis to be on this background piece, on this leaved background piece with all of these wonderful fall colors. And I think the colors just go together so beautifully. I just really like this one. I think it's awesome. So to jump into the project, let's start with our ink pads because there are quite a few of them. So you absolutely do not have to use all of these colors of ink pads. Let me just put that out there right now. You absolutely do not have to use this many colors. I'm using them just because I have them and I liked how all of the colors look together. But if you just had a couple of these colors, even like 2 of them, you would be able to create this and it would still look absolutely amazing. So don't feel like just because you don't have all 6 of these ink pads that you can't make this project. You can make it and it'll turn out wonderful, I promise. So let me move this out of the way for just a second. The 6 colors that we're going to be using are Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, Crushed Curry, Soft Suede, Early Espresso, and Cherry Cobbler. Again, ooh, I have a dog barking. It's okay, dude. Yeah, you can say hi. I think we're okay. Okay. As I was going to say, these are very fall colors and colors that I don't grab very often. So I am taking a step outside my comfort zone using these, but I'm really happy with how this project turns out. So let's move these all out of the way. For the stamp set, we're going to be using Colorful Seasons. I know we used this one a little bit in yesterday's video for some of the sentiments. I just really like it. I think it's a very, very, very good year-round stamp set, and it's in the annual catalog. It's not one that just came out with the holiday catalog. It's in the annual catalog. I actually got this in my pre-order back in June. Was it June? I think it was June. I can't remember. And I never really used it, and I felt kind of silly. So I whipped it out a couple of times, and I was like, wow, I actually really, really like this stamp set. So I would highly recommend this one, and we're going to be using this today. This is the only stamp set that we're using. We are also going to be using our stitch shape framelits. Again, I can't get away from these. These are probably my favorite framelits. Go to these 24/7 all the time. I probably use these in almost every card I make. I use this stitch shape framelit. So there's that. Highly recommend these if you don't already have them to go along with our Big Shot. We're also going to be using our burlap ribbon, which I love. I'm almost out of it, so I'm a little sad. I'm gonna have to place an order here soon to get some more. This is such versatile ribbon because you can use it for very kind of rustic projects like this. I think this one's more on the rustic side because of the fall colors, but you can also use it on a very sophisticated card. So it's very, very versatile. I really like this. I would highly recommend it. And it's very, you can use it with a lot of different color schemes. It doesn't have to go with one thing. Like if you get a ribbon in Flirty Flamingo, you can really only use that ribbon with colors that coordinate with Flirty Flamingo, which not every color does, but this is very neutral, so you can use this with a lot of stuff. This is probably one of my favorite ribbons. If you want to start playing with some ribbon, but you don't know what to grab, I highly recommend this. Anyways, onto our paper. We are going to be using 4 different colors of paper today. I have a little piece here of crushed curry. I don't know why I had to think about that for so long. You don't need a huge piece. You just need a piece big enough to fit one of our oval framelits. And then same thing goes with Cajun Craze. We're going to be using both of these and we're going to use them to cut out with our framelits. So I don't have an exact piece or an exact measurement for you, but as long as it's large enough to cut out a couple of ovals, you should be good to go. We also have a piece of Very Vanilla. So in my sample card, I actually used Whisper White, but I thought that Very Vanilla, because it's a little more subtle, a little softer, that it would go a lot better with this fall themed card. So for the project that we're gonna make today together, I'm gonna go ahead and use Very Vanilla and we'll just see how it turns out. I also have an idea for another little technique that I might wanna try. I'm trying to see if I actually wanna do it. Now that I said it, I feel like I probably have to do it, but maybe we'll try it and see how I like it. So our piece of Very Vanilla is cut at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then we have a piece of Cherry Cobbler, which is cut at 11 by 4 1/4. 4 1/4? Yes, 4 1/4. And then I'm also going to end up scoring it at 5 1/2 so that we can fold our card base nice and easily. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is stamp our leaves on our background. So all I'm going to do is take my ink pads and I'm actually going to put them in order, lightest to darkest. Whoa, I'm gonna throw them actually. So I'm gonna put them lightest to darkest, and then I have soft suede as well. So we have crushed curry, pumpkin pie, Cajun Craze, cherry cobbler, soft suede. I have my early espresso over here on the side because we're not gonna use that to stamp our background. And I'm just going to go ahead and open all of these up. And I decided that we will try this little technique that I had in my head, just in like a small spot on the back of my piece of paper, on the back of my Very Vanilla, and just see what it looks like. I'm actually gonna put all of my ink pads on top so that I don't risk sticking my arm in one. And that should be good. Okay, so we are going to use this little tiny leaf from the Colorful Seasons stamp set. And I would recommend having your Stampin' scrub next to you or nearby so that while we're stamping through the colors, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp through all of the colors clean my stamp off, and then stamp through them all again. And that just makes it, because I only have this one stamp that I'm going to continue to stamp over and over again, it just lets me stamp a few times before I have to clean it off, and then I can stamp some more, clean it off, instead of having to stamp, clean it, stamp, clean it, stamp, clean it. It just makes the process go a little faster. So let's try something really fast. I'm just going to stamp a few leaves right in the middle. Not really paying attention to where I'm putting them, I'll be honest. And then what I was thinking is that I can take the stamps and do like a second or third generation so that it's really light, and kind of fill in some more of the background space with the second and third generation stamping. Ooh, I think I do like that, you guys. Okay, we're gonna try it. So, let me clean my stamp off so we can start over. So I think what I'm gonna do first is just get my initial background done. So, like I said, I'm going to start over here with Cajun curry, or crushed curry, not Cajun curries, and then make my way through. And I'm just gonna keep stamping. And like you just saw, I'm going to work, because I put my colors light to dark, I can go in from one to the other without having to clean my stamp. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start in my top left-hand corner, and just make sure that you're rotating your stamp as you go so that it doesn't look super precise and planned out, like you don't have just leaves in a row. Unless that's the look you're going for, then absolutely do that. That's just not the look that I was going for with this one, so I'm just going to make sure that I rotate my stamp and make it very organic. So I've gone through all 5 of my colors, so I cleaned off my stamp, and then I can start again. And like I said, it just makes it go so much faster because you don't have to stop in between each color to clean the stamp. So I really, really like how that works out. So I'm going to, I kind of did the top layer. I think I'm going to do this one right here to give that little bit of color. And then I'm going to start with my next color down here. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp down the rest of the sheet of paper, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I have my initial background done. Now I think I'm gonna do that second, third generation stamping that I was talking about. Oh, hopefully it turns out good. But we're gonna go with it, and we're just going to accept however it turns out, because I'm all about trying new things today. So I'm just going to stamp off a couple of times, and then I'm gonna go in between these areas that there's just a very vanilla, and just kind of fill it in a little bit more with some more color. That's really what I want to do. I wanted to add some more leaves, some more texture in the areas that were a little plain. Let's try this one. And I am stamping off a couple times first, just because I don't want the full strength there. I think I like it. I think it adds just a little bit more texture and dimension, which I feel like I was missing a little bit. Let's do Cajun craze. A little right there, a little right there, up there. You know, and if you didn't like this, if you don't like this look, if you didn't want to do this step, you absolutely don't have to. You absolutely don't have to do any of these steps. Really, you could just do like a solid color. You could choose one color to do a bunch of leaves with. And I think that would look gorgeous as well. I actually was thinking about doing more of a monochromatic card today, but then I thought, you know, I really want to try something different. I want to get outside my comfort zone and use some of those fall colors since I'm doing leaves. I just thought it worked really, really well. So here we are, and I really like how it is turning out. So I think just a couple more here and there. Let's use this color. We'll put some right there, some down there. I need something right there. What color do I want? Let's use this one. Perfect. I think that looks good to me. I actually like that way better than just doing the single layer, because I feel like we got a lot more dimension in there, and it filled up the paper a lot more. So I think I like that even better than the first one. So we're done with all of these ink pads, and that's another good thing that you can do. If you only had a couple of ink pads, you could do the second, third, fourth generation stamping and get a ton of colors from one ink pad. That's a great thing to do. That's something that I usually tell people when they're just getting into stamping and they only have a few colors to play with. Do multi-generation stamping. You get so much more use out of your stamps because you're using the same color, you're just using it in a lighter version. So it's gonna coordinate together beautifully. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna take this, set that off to the side. Let me grab my piece of crushed curry, and actually, I'm going to just grab a big shot and pull this out. So I'm gonna grab my piece of crushed curry, and then I'm also grabbing my piece of Cajun craze. And we're using the two larger ovals from the framelit set. And I'm gonna do the larger one in in Cajun craze, and then the smaller one in crushed curry. And let's just crank these through. Okie dokie. There's one, and where are you, where are you? There is the other. Take my mess and slide it over here. Pretend like it's not there. So I'm just going to take our piece of crushed curry, and let me grab the sentiment that we're using. We're gonna use this one that says, "You make me smile." This is like my favorite sentiment from the set. I use this all the time because it's such a nice, it just looks really pretty. It's a wonderful sentiment. You can use it for so many different occasions. It's my favorite. And we're just gonna stamp that right there. I stamped that a little crooked, but you know what? We're gonna roll with it. We're going to embrace it because that's what I'm about today. Okay, and then I'm going to flip this over, get some snail adhesive here. Was having an issue with this roll of snail earlier. It was acting kind of funny. Okay, let's flip this bad boy over and put it down on our bigger oval. Just like that. Flip that over. Let me get some dimensionals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, what am I doing? Well, we are going to need dimensionals, but hang on one second. I forgot about our ribbon. So I'm going to bring over my piece again. And you can really do this a couple of different ways. You can adhere the ribbon directly down to the background piece, or you could adhere it down to the oval. For this, I think I'm going to adhere it down to the background piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do them at a little bit of a diagonal. So that one, sure, that'll be big enough. And then I'm just going to cut another piece that's the same size. Okay. And then I'm just going to take some snail and just put a little bit of snail on the back. Sorry, the light's going all crazy right now. The sun is like kind of shining in the window, but the tree is blowing. So the little like gleams of light are coming through. It's kind of funny. Sorry, that's probably really jacking up my lighting. Anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of put these down right here, pretty close to each other, just like with a little X in the middle. I'm not gonna worry too much about it, make a big fuss, because I'm just going to come over and place my little oval right on top of it. So it's pretty much gonna be covered up. Then you can decide if you wanna leave these pieces long or if you wanna cut them. I'm going to go ahead and adhere my whole piece down first before I make that decision. So there's that. Oops, and I forgot to score I am so messed up today. I forgot to score my piece of cherry cobbler. So I just use my Stampin' trimmer because you have a score blade and a cut blade. So I'm just gonna come over here at 5.5 inches and just score it really fast. Sorry guys, my camera stopped recording there for a second. So I just scored my piece of cherry cobbler using my Stampin' trimmer, and now all I'm going to do is fold the piece over, use my little bone folder here to smooth it down. Then I can take my stamped image, put this right on here, line it up nice and pretty, maybe just like that. And I am going to trim these down just a tad, just so they're not crazy long. And I'll trim these a little bit. You don't have to, you could leave them if you wanted to. I just don't want them to be super long, so I'm trimming them just a tad. And that is our card for today, guys. So I really hope you enjoy. Here's the one that I made earlier, where we didn't do the double stamping, and I also used Whisper White instead of Very Vanilla, so you can see the little differences, but for the most part, they look pretty much the same, and you use the same technique, so you can make either one of these, whichever one you prefer. Again, this is part of my monthly blog hop, so please make sure you click on the first link in the description. Okay, so my camera was running out of memory. That's why it kept stopping while I was trying to record. So I don't remember where I left off because I had to stop and start 5 times. But regardless, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's projects. Don't forget, this is part of a monthly blog hop, so please make sure you click on the first link in the description box below to head over to my coordinating blog post, and then make sure you go to the next person and the next and the next and the next, so you can see tons of wonderful products and projects using our wonderful supplies from Stampin' Up. I'm in a group with a bunch of Stampin' Up demonstrators from around the world, and they have amazing projects. So make sure you head over and check their stuff out so you don't miss out on anything. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's project. Don't forget, you can order any of these products 24/7 just by visiting littlemooncreation.stampinup.net. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!